We were hundreds of miles south in the Weddell Sea and woke up early and saw emperor penguins hanging out in small groups on the ice floes. Emperor penguins are the largest penguins, standing about 4 feet tall and weighing about 60 to 80 pounds. I never dreamed I'd see emperor penguins underwater. This was one of my most memorable Antarctic experiences in my 9 trips there so far. The emperor penguins were hanging out in small groups, about 4 to 8 penguins, and they were very curiously tobogganing across the ice and waddling over to the ice edge. The group began to grow as more and more curious penguins joined. The light was beautiful, and we were happily capturing topside images, and even more emperor penguins began to show up. As hard as it was to put my topside camera gear away, we had the unique opportunity to get in the water with them. So I slipped into the actively freezing 28-degree seawater. It was so clear and blue. And I pushed my camera through the slushy ice. I even hit my head on a piece of translucent ice that I thought was just slush. It was solid. I had a little laugh because sometimes my job requires pushing ice chunks out of the way in order to get the perfect shot underwater. I looked up and I saw a group of emperor penguins standing on the ice with a 20-degree halo formed by ice crystals. This was pretty magical. The emperor penguins began to slide on their bellies into the water in front of me. They soared underwater with streams of bubbles behind them. Groups of emperor penguins glided past us as if they were flying underwater. As clumsy as they can look on land, they're pretty graceful and elegant underwater. They dived under the ice floes and reappeared again. This happened over and over again for hours. As time went on, more and more emperors came from other ice floes and joined the group. They'd dive deep and jump out of the water, on and off of the ice floes again. They'd rest for a while and then slide right back into the clear water and glide right past my camera. The sun came out, and I watched them on the ice for a while, admiring their buttery yellow-colored bodies just glistening in the sunshine. I watched how they moved and slid around on the ice. They called out to each other on different ice forms, and other emperor penguins. I spent 2 hours in the 28-degree water, 2 hours in the morning, and then we had a quick lunch and another 2 magical hours in the afternoon. Nothing was getting me out of the water. We had sunshine, clear water, and very curious groups of emperor penguins. The number just kept growing, and they would jump in and out of the water in front of our group. They'd glide past us underwater, and every time I just kept thinking, wow. As time went on, I noticed they'd come closer. I wondered, who was checking out who? Were they just as curious watching me as I was enamored with them? It's always special when a wild animal takes up an interest and wants to interact and isn't fearful of us. I decided to capture some split shots that are half out of the water and half underwater, really trying to showcase this incredible environment these emperor penguins live in. We're so remote in Antarctica, and sometimes I just have to stop shooting, take a breath, look around, listen to the sounds of silence, or the penguins falling out from iceberg to iceberg, feel the cold air that I'm breathing into my lungs, and look at the ice that's just sparkling like diamonds all around me. I never want to forget these extraordinary moments. It was finally time to get out of the water, and my fingertips were so numb I could barely feel my camera controls anymore. I knew that it was a special day and wanted to stay in the water as long as possible. I went to bed that night so overstimulated I couldn't sleep. That may have been a once-in-a-lifetime day for all of those things to come together, and it was pure magic. An Antarctica day I'll remember for the rest of my life.